G'day, it's vlog time, and yes, I'm in the Voltron t-shirt again. Went aurora hunting last night, as some of you will know, and although I said in the video that we weren't capturing any aurora because it just was nothing showing up, it actually did show up in the end, and we did get some faint aurora, but there was a lot of annoying cloud around. But the more important thing that came out of last night was stuff to do with the phone. So what did I learn last night? Let's open the phone and let's go to clear that. Let's turn the brightness down because it's a bit too bright. You're not going to be able to see it. All right, that's better. Okay, cool. So what we learned was there's a couple of cool new apps that I have been playing around with. It's still too bright. Let's dial it down a bit more. I'll go into more detail in a proper video, but we have expert raw mode, which I don't know if you can see. Let's see if we can get it to see. Whoa. Astro mode. Goes into Astro mode. I can do 4 minute, 7 minute, 10 minute exposures. The problem I've got, and I'm going to try and test this with hooked up to the telescope. The problem I've got is as you move the camera around, the ISO setting changes, and I can't change it. I can't set it to be fixed. It just doesn't allow me to. So that's a bit of a pain in the ass. So I'm going to have a look at that and work out how I'm going to get around that. And if it is going to be a problem, I'm hoping that if I'm imaging and doing 10-minute runs in RAW on the back of the scope, that the ISO is not going to change between images, but who knows, it might. That's where testing comes in. So I've got a bit of testing to do. Got this lovely thing called, we've really got to turn that down, that is so bright. There we go. This lovely thing called intervalometer. I need to thank Nerida for that. Oh, what's her site? What's her handle? What's her Instagram handle? Let's find it. Because she's on the grams. We're all on the grams. Astro Girl Smartphone. There we go. I'm going to tag her as well. I'm going to do a little video just on Instagram and tag her. Put that back for now. So she introduced me to this, which literally what it does is it overlays itself over the top of the Camera Raw app, and I can tell it to do 100 shots, and I can say click the little button on the Camera Raw app. So if I'm doing 10 minute shots, that's like 600 seconds. Every 602 seconds, click it again, which means I can do 10-minute exposures through the telescope. But that ISO setting is a bit of an issue. That may mean that I can't do it the way I think I'd like to do it, which means I have to have word to Samsung. Not that they're going to listen to me. I'm just some dude who's got 55 YouTube subscribers. It's not really that important to them. Anyway, that was one of the apps that I've been starting to look at. The other one that Nero put me onto is TimeLab. Whoop. It's the brightness. Turn the brightness right down. Let's turn it right down. There we go. TimeLab. So that one there, you can import and create time lapses. Sorry, Nerida, I did pay the money for this one too. And I also then got light trails, so I can do star trails. And I paid the money for this one too, Nerida. So I think between the intervalometer, TimeLab, and light trails all up was about $16. I can double check that. I'll put the prices from the App Store in the description below. But yeah, 3 new apps to play around with and test out. That may mean I can push 10-minute exposures on my subs of deep sky. Combine that at a dark sky site with the L Extreme, and I think I'm going to be able to get some fairly impressive stuff, but it's gonna need testing. So I'm going to try and test it during the week this week down here to see if it works and if it stays at the ISO setting as it's going. And I have a fear that if clouds start to pass through, which changes the brightness of the image, that ISO is going to pop up, which means You know, if something gets in the way, or if there's a bright star that sort of cuts in on the corner and isn't always there, but sometimes, you know what I mean? Like, if there's something that changes the brightness in the shot before the next shot comes in, it's going to impact the exposures, the repetitive exposures. So that's going to be a pain. But also, if I'm shining it up in there, let's go in there. Let's have a look. So that's it there, and I don't know if you can. Let's see if we can get it to do it. So you can see there that ISO there. You can see it jumping around. You're not going to be able to see what the numbers are, but it's moving around. It's not set. So what I'm hoping is that if I have my hand covered over this, I'm going to brighten it up so I can see. But if I have my hand covered over this at the moment, so it's pitch black, ISO's up at 5,000. But what my worry is if something comes through as I do that, that ISO starts to drop. So that's the big catch. Anyway, that's what I'm going to be mucking around with this week. If I get some clear skies, I know there's going to be clear skies tomorrow night, but I've got telescope training, so I might not be able to do any imaging tomorrow night, which is frustrating because Tuesday night's meant to be clear too, but then again I've got more telescope training and that's frustrating. So my next best options are Wednesday, Thursday or Friday night, and the weather's not looking great for the end of this week. But anyway, it's enough of me rabbiting on about my excitement over these 3 cool new things, apps that can help me, but also over my excitement of working out that I can do 10-minute exposures with Samsung. Because I didn't know that until yesterday. I didn't realize that I had to download Camera Raw and that it had an Astro mode. And now I do. And now I'm going to have some fun with it. So I will see you on the next vlog.